Good afternoon. On Saturday, March 16th, at approximately 8:52 a.m., Falls Township Police were dispatched to the unit block of Viewpoint Lane in Levittown, Falls Township, Bucks County. It was to investigate the report of a shooting. Preliminary investigation determined that 26-year-old Andre Gordon, driving a stolen vehicle, which was carjacked from Trenton, New Jersey, earlier in the morning, forcibly broke into the residence, after which he shot and killed his 52-year-old stepmother, Karen Gordon, and his 13-year-old sister, Kara Gordon, who lived at the residence. There were 3 other individuals at the residence, including a minor, inside the home who were able to hide and avoid being shot by Gordon as he went through the house searching for them. Following the shootings, at approximately 9:01 a.m., Gordon drove to the unit block of Edgewood Lane, Levittown, where he forcibly broke into a residence, after which he shot and killed 25-year-old Taylor Daniel, with whom he has 2 children. The carjacking victim's vehicle from Bucks County was located unoccupied in the 100 block of Miller Street in Trenton, New Jersey. At approximately 12:22 p.m., we received information that Gordon is currently barricaded in New Jersey with hostages. He's inside the residence on the 100 block of Phillips Street in Trenton. We are referring all information regarding that aspect of the investigation to the Trenton Police Department. At approximately 12:25 p.m., we lifted our shelter in place. I will answer the questions that we're able to answer at this juncture, and I'll turn over some. Excuse me for 1 second. I'm going to turn it over. That's okay, Joe. I'm going to turn it over to Chief Whitney for a few additional remarks, thanking the resources, the tremendous resources that have been devoted to investigating and preventing further criminal acts from this individual, and then we'll answer questions.
Good afternoon, everyone. So this was an outstanding team effort by the law enforcement community here in Bucks County. In addition to our district attorney's office, we had assistance from the Pennsylvania State Police, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We also had help from all of our surrounding communities that sent representatives to a staging area while this incident was still dynamic and unfolding to investigate reports that were coming in and assist us in securing the 3 different crime scenes that we had here in Falls Township. So my thanks to everyone who assisted us today. It was an outstanding team effort.
Would you two mind saying and spelling your name just for the record, please?
Yes, my apologies. Jen Shorn, S-C-H-O-R-N, Bucks County District Attorney.
And Jen is just J-E-N?
J-E-N, thank you.
My name is Nelson Whitney, N-E-L-S-O-N, W-H-I-T-N-E-Y. I'm the Chief of Police for the Falls Township Police Department.
Have you guys had previous contacts with the suspect, whether Falls Township or anywhere in Bucks County or outside?
We've had minor contacts in the past, but nothing that would indicate anything like this would happen.
The woman who was injured at the Edgewood Lane home, is that her mother? Is it a child who was injured?
It's the mother of the deceased victim. Yes.
Is she seriously injured?
We don't believe that the injuries are serious. However, there may be serious bodily injury, but we expect that she'll recover from those injuries.
Where were the children?
The children were present when the shooting happened.
Is there anything you know about the motive, why?
Obviously, we can't speak to that at this juncture.
There was one minor who was hiding in that first location?
Yes, several of the family members at the first residence were successful in being able to hide from the shooter. One of them is a minor who's 14 years old.
Could you share how many people were hiding?
There were 3 individuals in the residence who were in hiding.
Could you explain the relationship?
Yeah, just generally speaking, they were all family.
So the other child who was hiding was 13 or 14?
13, excuse me.
So there were 3 other family members hiding in the first home. In the second home, there were 2 other family members hiding. Is that correct?
No, not correct. I'm sorry if I misspoke. In the first home, there were 3 family members hiding. In the other home, there were other family members present. However, there was the deceased victim and then her mother who was injured as a result of an assault. And then obviously minor children were present.
Jen, in speaking to the family members, Do you know if there's any history of mental illness, outbursts, anything that would indicate?
Nothing that we can speak of at this juncture.
How many weapons is he believed to have? I know the initial reports that he may have had multiple long guns.
We know initially he was armed with a long gun. He may be armed with other weapons. I don't have specific information on that.
And
What
also,
type-
go ahead.
I was going to say, what type of long gun?
Okay with that? He was armed, my information is that he was armed with an AR-15 style assault rifle.
Do you know if he had that at this point? Do you know if he legally owned it?
Obviously, this investigation is still pending. We will investigate every aspect of how he came into possession of these weapons.
I understand that police were pretty close by on the Vermilion Hills shooting call. Was there any pursuit or interaction that officers had with him following that shooting call?
There was no pursuit.
Law enforcement has been in touch with Odom before for hearing. Police were also called to at least the Edgewood Lane residence. Can you confirm that for either of the locations?
You want to, I don't really have specifics.
I think that's
Yeah, I'm sorry. I really don't have specifics on the locations of the calls for service or the nature of them at this time. I just know that qualitatively there was nothing that to us indicated that something like this would happen.
Do you know how long Andre had been homeless?
Again, we'll gather that information and report back with updates. But as it relates to this matter, it's obviously ongoing. And so I think at this juncture, any future questions, we will certainly be providing more information as we receive it. But I think that
Does
is
he have a criminal history?
I can't speak to that.
Is he confirmed to actually be in that residence in Trenton?
That's been confirmed.
And is that his, or I guess he's homeless, but do we know whose home that is? Is it a relative's home?
We understand he has ties to that home and believed to be family ties to that home.
And how many residents are currently in there with him?
I can't speak to that at this juncture. Obviously, this is an ongoing situation.
And how long was the shelter in place for? Do you know approximately how many hours?
It was approximately 3 hours, I
About
would
3
say.
hours. Yeah, about 3 hours.
And to which towns or townships did that extend?
We put that out just for our community here in Falls Township.
How did you get everybody off the parade route? I know that was probably a bit of a challenge.
You know, we were in contact almost immediately with the organizers of the parade and let them know that we needed to shut the parade down. We also had officers go up and down the roadway and warn people to go back to their homes.
Do you have a message for community members who received that emergency alert today, the cancellations, obviously the neighboring communities who closed down businesses and Sesame Place as well?
I would say that we certainly appreciate that everyone took that seriously. It was a dynamic situation at first. We weren't sure where the actor was or where he was going to end up. So out of an abundance of caution, we wanted to keep everybody safe. And I think the community did a great job in honoring that.